I'm McCall.
Joanna.
Nice to meet you. All right, so why don't you tell me about what's going on?
I got some right shoulder pain.
Okay.
And it's kind of keeping me from doing my work as good as I should be doing.
Okay.
I'm a farmer.
Okay.
And so I spend a lot of time with the animals and baling hay and taking care of my children.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of put a damper to it.
Yeah. So let me know, or tell me how long this has been going on.
For a while. It's been probably like 3 months.
3 months. Okay. And how did it? Do you remember how it started? Was it there something specific, or was it just kind of over
I
time?
think it was more gradual.
Gradual. Okay. There was no specific movement that started the pain where you first noticed it, or is there an activity where you first kind of started noticing?
Not that I know of, but it's just bugged me a lot doing my work.
Yeah. What work specifically? Is there a specific task that you that hurts the worst, maybe?
Probably baling my hay,
Mm-hmm.
and then picking my children.
Okay. So how many kids do you have?
I have 3.
3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Boys, girls.
All girls.
All
and
girls.
3-year-old and 2 twins that are 18 months.
Oh my gosh. So you're busy.
Yeah.
Doing a lot, chasing after kids. Okay. What other? I'm not very familiar with farming. So besides baling hay, what are some other activities? You don't have to specifically show me because it hurts, I know,
Yeah.
but give me a little background on what that looks
I
like.
spent some time herding my cattle and horse,
Okay.
and then I shave my llama and sheeps, and then I take care of the children.
Okay. So when you're riding the horse, do you ride the horse to herd the cattle?
Yeah.
Go out into the field or whatever. So what about riding horses? Is it climbing onto the horse? Is there actually riding it? Does that hurt at all?
No, just
No.
more climbing on.
Okay, sounds good. What about outside of your how many? I know farming probably encompasses your whole life, but generally, how many hours a day are you working? Would you say
8 to 10.
8 to 10. Okay, cool. So, can you describe the pain to me? Is it sharp, dull? Is it only with movement? Is it bothering you at night? Those kind of things.
It bothers me all the time.
Okay.
When I'm just sitting here, it feels achy and painful. But when I start doing movements, it's sharp and it just makes me want to cut my arm off. And then it hurts when I sleep. It's keeping me up at night. It feels like it's moving. I can't sleep on it. I can sleep on my back or my other shoulder.
Okay. So you're not able to lay on that side at all? Okay. Before this pain started, how did you usually sleep? Did you sleep on that side? Did you sleep maybe on your stomach with your arms up? Anything like that?
I sleep on my side.
So it's definitely affecting your sleep. Okay. And then you said as soon as you do movements, it's sharp and makes you want to cut it off, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to make sure I get everything, so bear with me while I take a few notes. Okay, any numbness or tingling in your hands, no neck pain, right? Any other chest, abdomen pain, nothing like that. Can you take with your finger, excuse me, and point exactly where you kind of feel the pain? No, it's just all over?
Yeah, it's just all right here.
Front, top?
Yeah, more front, right
back? Okay. Yeah, now, does it go down your arm? Does it come down into your elbow at all? Do you feel it in your bicep? That muscle right there? Nothing? Do you do any motions where your arms are up over your head? You said you bail, and you kind of demonstrated it over your left shoulder. Is that mainly how you do it, or do you move over your right shoulder? No. Have you had to start compensating for it because of the pain? Do you feel like So, before I kind of start poking around, what is the most important thing that you want to get out of this? Whether that's being able to pick up your kids without pain, thinking long term. What?
Main focus is I just need to get back to work as soon as possible. possible.
Okay.
The family can't afford me not working. We
Right.
can't hire anybody.
Are you married? You have a husband, and he helps with the kids, and does he help with the farm work as well?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm just gonna a little bit. I'm gonna start down here. No pain. Nothing back here. Right? Okay. Nothing up in your neck.
No.
You said no numbness or tingling down into your hands. You're not feeling any of that.
No.
Okay. Back pain at all? And do you have a history? Have you hurt the shoulder before?
Nope.
Were you active in high school, college, sports, anything?
No. I was a farmer all my life.
Mm-hmm. 4-H, so you've done 4-H most of your life, probably?
4-H.
Yeah. It's like, well, I guess if you don't know. It's like a county, they do, you bring in crops, like the biggest cucumber, or,
No.
horse wrangling, they do a bunch of things. I didn't know what 4-H was until I got to Indiana, so that was new to me. I'm from the city. Any pain there?
Not in the back.
What about over here at all?
No. More inside.
When I touch it, is there pain?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it, from here to here, it doesn't hurt down here, right?
No.
Just in the front. Is this your posture usually, or?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gonna test a few things. Just relax. Pain with that at all?
Some.
Okay. I'm gonna have you reach up back behind your back.
I can't.
That hurts pretty much. Okay, let's see the other side. You want to do that with the other side as well. Okay, no problems with that. And you're not having any pain over here, correct?
No.
Okay, no issues there. No pain. Okay, just gonna have you move some range of motion. So you can sit. That's okay if that's more comfortable for you. Arms all the way up as far as you can go. Good. Okay, and in front of you, up as far as you can go. Is there any specific time that starts to hurt?
Probably about right when I get to here.
Do you feel like it's pain that's limiting you, or there's some kind of restriction? Any other
pain.
Any popping or clicking going on when you're nothing? No. Okay. I'm gonna have you reach. We're gonna do both arms. So yeah, go ahead and reach across and reach down your back as far as you can. Great. And the other side. Okay, cool. And can you go up and over?
A little.
Yeah. Pretty painful?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other side for me. Okay. That's good. I'm going to have you go ahead and stand up. And when you bring it out to the side, any pain, tell me where the pain is exactly.
Where?
Yeah.
Right into here.
Mm-hmm. In that, once you get up to there,
Mm-hmm.
you can't go any farther?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have you hands out. Okay, I'm just going to test. Only push you down. Great. This side. Go ahead and push me back. Nothing with that? Okay. Did it hurt when you were up here?
Not that.
Not really. Okay, go ahead and push me. Good. Okay, push me out. It's okay. I'm going to be pulling in. Great. We're going to test this. Push me out. Nothing with that?
Not really.
No? Okay. Arms out to the side. Good. Pain with that at all?
Some.
Some? Okay. Okay. While we're in this position, I'm going to do a couple things. So, pain there. Nothing at all.
A little, not much.
Nothing there. Okay. Sounds good. All right. I'm going to have you lay down on the table on your back, please. Now, do you ever feel like it's unstable? Like it's going to fall out of its socket? Anything like that?
Yes.
Okay. Just relax. I'm going to move you. I'm going to put you into this motion.
It feels fine with your hand there.
It feels fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Then if I were to lighten my pressure,
No,
that hurts. It makes you want to pull it back in, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Anything with that?
Not as bad.
Not as bad at all. Okay. put this nice and safe back there. I'm going to check that other side. That's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Even when I let go?
Yes.
All right. In there. Go ahead and sit up. I'm going to talk about kind of what I've found so far and what I kind of think is going on. Something called anterior instability in your shoulder, right? So your caps, your shoulder, all your joints have basically a capsule, which is like a big balloon that keeps everything fluid within your shoulder. So sometimes what happens is when you're doing repetitive motions like you do and all of the workload that's going on in your shoulder, and part of it can be associated to posture and other daily life things, you can develop a sort of instability where the joint for you on the front side isn't doing its job to kind of keep it in place. So it moves a lot. We'll say it's like a socket, right? Mm-hmm. So if this is your bone on the top of your arm, and this is the shoulder where it connects to the rest of your body, it moves a lot, causing a lot of irritation. We can have some issues with other tears within the joint. So going forward, what would probably be best is we're going to kind of start some treatment. We're going to schedule a couple days a week just to kind of calm it down. I'm going to confer with the physician and ensure that he doesn't want any sort of MRIs or x-rays just to rule everything else out. Sometimes with instability, you can have labral tears, which is basically what cushions your joint and allows it to move in the socket smooth. And so that can get torn. We just want to rule out all of that, make sure there's no other pathologies going on. And then going forward, there's a lot of things we can do. Depending on your goals, which I'd like to set some before you leave. Obviously, we talked about long-term is just being able to get work done. Mm-hmm. But short-term goals, decreasing your pain, increasing your strength. But also we need to tailor those to what you'd like to do. So in the next couple weeks, is there something in particular coming up or that you'd like to see happen? Okay. So where are we in the season of getting work done at the farm? I know it fluctuates a little bit whether you're...
I'm just taking care of the animals.
Okay.
I do the crops.
You don't do any of the crop stuff, so it's not... Okay. He does all of that. So just the daily work on the farm, which stays pretty consistent, mm-hmm. right?
Yeah.
So some things, decreasing pain definitely is something that we're going to work on first. And then just working on some of the posture issues and starting on the ground floor to kind of lay a good, steady foundation to strengthen your shoulder and go from there.
Okay.
Any particular questions regarding your injury?
No.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to see going forward?
No, I just want to get back to work as soon as possible.
Yeah. Okay. So, what is your work schedule for the next week?
I work 6 days a week and I have Sundays off.
Okay. So Sundays will be definitely a day where we're gonna get the rest that you need. Sometimes you can't, but we'll give you some tools in order to adjust for the pain so that we're not doing more damage.
Okay.
Going forward, and possibly look at some compensations you can make until we get this kind of under control and get you stronger and get you feeling better. So it's doing it. Yeah. Any other questions or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Great. Thanks. I forgot my PRO. Alright, here we go.